Hello my lovely gamers, my name is Jonal, and today we're gonna take a look at something that was requested in the Discord group under request, of course. And this is a video that I've been thinking about making for some time. It's been on the list, but I decided to bump it up in priority since someone requested it specifically there. So let's just jump right into it, and that is a damage combo guide for Genji. Genji, of course, one of the hardest heroes to master in this game, and especially because he has so many damage combos that he needs to learn. You need to know when to use what, how to use them, and why you use them, and also a little bit about how much damage approximately you'll land consistently with each damage combo, because it's very reliant on you knowing how and when you should use, for example, your Swift Strike, so that you know if you can get a reset or not. So let's just jump right into it. And the very basic, the one that most of these build on, is the Swift Strike melee combo, and that's the most known one. Everyone knows this, or at least most people know this that play Genji. And how it just works is that you Swift Strike onto your opponent, and then you use your melee, and that deals a 30 extra damage, bumping that up to 80 damage instead of just 50. It's consistent, it's easy, and it's very nice to do, so you should always do a Swift Strike melee combo whenever you can. Then we advance it a little bit more, here's where a lot of people stop doing it, and that is the right click or toss Shuriken Swift Strike melee combo. So you essentially just add a Shuriken toss before you do your Swift Strike melee combo, and it works as said. You right click, that's at least the one I use. I normally always use right click. I know some people do use left click, but I'm just gonna say right click from now on out because that's what I always use. So I right click, and then in the second that I right click, I also Swift Strike. So I toss my Shuriken, and I kinda cancel, it's not really a cancellation, but I stop the tossing animation as soon as I toss the Shuriken, and then I Swift Strike. So I land about one Shuriken maybe on my target, hopefully a headshot, right, so that's the same as landing two. Then I Swift Strike, and then I melee, and that deals a lot of damage, doing that I can get that extra edge on whoever I want to kill. For example, the McCree, you have that extra small advantage by using this. This is something that you use most of the time. There's only a couple of examples when you never use this, and that's when using your Shuriken, because you normally will only land a consistent one Shuriken, and using that will not gain you in the long run against that. Normally when you go up against something like a tank, let's say you're going up against Roadhog, for example, right? And Roadhog is you should rarely try to 1v1 the Roadhog, but let's say for some reason you're attacking the Roadhog and you want to use this combo. If you toss one Shuriken and that lands a body shot or even a headshot, it usually doesn't do too much to a 600 HP tank. And you waste two Shurikens on that, right? That doesn't hit. So normally you rather want your Swift Strike melee onto the Roadhog and then start right clicking, because then you can consistently land 3 Shurikens, maybe 2 at times, on the Roadhog instead of wasting. So that's just to make sure that you can land those extra 3-round bursts without having to reload, because if you had done it in the beginning, then you would have to, of course, reload earlier than if you didn't do it. It's kind of a weird concept, and don't want people really to think about it too much. It's just you need to also think a little bit about it in the long run, but most of the time the best is right click, Swift Strike, melee, and then do that combo, because that's what will give you the highest DPS output. But if you understand what I mean about in the long run against someone like a 600 HP tank, especially like Roadhog with self-healing, you have to reload a little bit earlier because you have already used 3 Shurikens but you only landed 1, so you're wasting 2 of your Shurikens, which could have been 2 headshots. So that's 4 Shuriken that you actually wasted compared to what you normally would have gotten out of it. And then we go over to one of the, it's not really much of a secret, a lot of people talked about it and a lot of people know about it, but it's the Deflect, Swift Strike, and then melee. And essentially it's used, it's most known against other McCrees, right? If there's a McCree that goes up to you, he flashbang, then you reflect the flashbang, then you Swift Strike onto him, then you melee him, right? Because you're cancelling your Swift Strike animation so that when he's still stunned, you can dash onto him, so he can't just combat roll away from you or headshot you and kill you. And it's essentially just, a good way to cancel your deflect animation and get it out there, get close to him, and then melee him. It's very basic. And notice that all of these build in the end on Swift Strike melee. And now in the end there comes the last one, which is not building on the Swift Strike, and that is just right click melee. Now right click melee was something that was used before. It was obligated to use way back in time. However, there was a nerf and that's not the case anymore, but it's still very viable. Now the time that you want to use this is of course only if you think or if you know that your melee will kill secure for you, and that's the only time we use it. We right click and then we melee if the guy is slow, because again, it's a consistent way to deal damage. Melee is a consistent way to give 30 damage. So if you know, or you think that after my right click I'll land 1-2 shurikens, he will be like at 30 HP or lower than 30 HP, then I'll just melee straight afterwards, and then I'm gonna kill him, and that will give me dash reset, and then I can go on from there on out, right? So you should always use this if you know, or you think that, you know, the melee will kill him. But if you don't, if you know that this won't kill him, then don't melee, because it's just a waste of DPS output. You don't want to melee if you think that it's not gonna kill him, because it's much more efficient to just continue tossing shuriken at him. And if you're out of ammo, of course you can do 2 melees and deal 60 damage. However, a lot of time it's better just to reload your magazine and then do one right click and then finish them off. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope that this helped some of you guys out at least. If it do, then drop them down in the comments, and drop down what videos you wanna see in the future down in the comments. If there's something that you want me to cover, you can also join the Discord. There's a link to it in the description, and drop your topics into request so that you are 100% sure that I see them. I normally see them in the YouTube comments, but just in case, if you want to request something there, then do that, or just in general join the community. You can follow me on Twitter if you want to keep updated on me and my team and what's going on. Some exciting stuff is happening right now, so I would recommend you doing that. So in case I don't make an updating video, subscribe if you're new and you like what I do here. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you dislike it. As always guys, I've been Jonal, and keep the enemy in your crosshair.